Welcome to one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fourth largest in the nation. Hello, I'm Mario Diaz, Director of the Houston Airport System. Do you know that every year over 50 million passengers travel through our 3 airports? While you're visiting Houston, where should you stay? Where should you shop? Where should you dine? I'm glad you asked.
Welcome to the Houstonian Hotel, Club and Spa. It's a hidden gem sitting on 18 acres. For the history and the highlights, I spoke with General Manager Jim Mills.
People love to visit the Houstonian because it's nestled in a tranquil setting. It's very natural, it's calm, it's serene, it's luxurious, it's private, and yet it has unmatched facilities for both fitness and leisure and meetings, as well as wonderful guest rooms. The property was originally developed as a neighborhood and still retains that feel of being separate, even though we're on the near west side of downtown, about 2 miles north of the Galleria. We have 289 guest rooms, about 32,000 feet of meeting space. We're situated on 18 acres along Buffalo Bayou. There's not only the hotel, but the Houstonian Fitness Club, which is 225,000 square foot building with all sorts of fitness-related facilities and activities, as well as Trellis, which is the spa at the Houstonian, which is about a 17,000 square foot building. All those 3 entities comprise the Hotel Club and Spa, which we own and operate.
You can also experience the luxury at Hotel Granduca, which is minutes away. It's a modern legacy of old-world Italian sophistication. There are 122 luxurious appointed rooms and suites amid the ultimate metropolitan experience reminiscent of a private Tuscan villa. It's commonly and warmly referred to as the Palace of the Grand Duke. Expect unforgettable ambiance every time you walk through the doors of the St. Regis Houston Hotel. Instantly relax into the sumptuous surroundings created through rich decor and glistening marble. Celebrate the artistic visionary, the Epicurean voyager, the passionate connoisseur. And the St. Regis Butler service has been a treasured hallmark of the hotel experience for over 100 years. For culinary delights, the choices in Houston are endless. Savory, sumptuous, spicy, and satisfying. We head over to the Olivet restaurant for a signature dish with Chef Neil Cox.
You know, I've always loved cooking and I've always had a draw to the kitchen. I actually started years ago in the front of the house and did that for a few years and just knew that my destiny was to be in the back of the house. Went to culinary school and really just kind of hit the ground running from there. I love cooking, I love food, I love Houston and the eclectic cultures that we have here. I mean, here at the Houstonian, we really try and pull from those different cultures. I mean, being called the Houstonian and knowing the amount of the cultures that we have here in the city, I mean, you would be doing yourself an injustice as a citizen of this city and as a chef not to draw from those cultures. So it takes about 15-20 minutes to pick this up. You have to do it very gently and make sure that you don't overcook the seafood. The clams and mussels take longer to cook than, say, the fish does, so you have to kind of be gentle and cook it in stages. But once it comes together, this is what it looks like.
And this is what it tastes like. Next time you're invited. Each year, more than 26 million visitors from around the globe come to Uptown Park for a true European experience, with the best in dining, business interaction, and shopping.
Catering to life's indulgences, Uptown Park is lined with shops, boutiques, and cafes that create an intimate atmosphere with an emphasis on charm. Shop and dine al fresco, stroll to stunning walkways, take in the sunshine, and best of all, pull up and park right in front of your favorite store.
Darian, this is BB1 Classic, and the difference between our stores and many other brands is that it's a multi-brand store. Our associates are fashionistas, they're all expert in what they do, and we have a great way of mixing fashion. So no one ever looks alike. The woman in Houston, she's got a zest for living. She wants to be comfortable. Her lifestyle, we're very much about lifestyle. And of course, you know, it's always that from day to night. So we honestly always have a twist.
No visit to Houston is complete without experiencing one of the world's truly great art museums, the Museum of Fine Arts Houston.
Is one of the world's most important museums. We produce exhibitions and programs as fine as any museum in the world. We have encyclopedic collections that span from antiquity to the present. We have great pre-Columbian art, 20th century art, Latin American art, Impressionist paintings, European sculpture. It's an extraordinary institution.
The director jumped at the chance to move from New York to Texas and the chance to inspire.
Art is an extraordinary thing because it's primarily objects which open up new worlds. You look at something and your mind just moves to another continent, to another period of time. It opens up the world of philosophy, of belief. It's extraordinary the way one can look at a work of art as if it were a mirror and find everything about yourself reflected in this object. There's this extraordinary dialogue that one can have with works of art. We think they're mute, but they vibrate and they set up these sensations in our mind that can take us to extraordinary places. Right now we have the Picasso Black and White exhibition that's coming from New York. We're the only other venue in the world other than New York's Guggenheim Museum. It's a retrospective of the greatest artists of the 20th century, but always his work in black and white. And you see how he used that limited palette to explore new directions in his art. Every time he wanted to change from one period to another, he used black and white.
You can visit the Fine Arts Museum Tuesday through Sunday, and it's free on Thursdays. America's #1 children's museum by Parents Magazine is right in the heart of the museum district. It's housed in a whimsical building designed by an internationally acclaimed architect. The museum serves more than 850,000 people annually and offers a multitude of exhibits bursting with action-packed fun that engage kids in the ultimate learning experience. And there's a free family night on Thursdays. Make sure you visit the historical Buffalo Soldier National Museum and learn more about American history. The goal of the Buffalo Soldier Museum is to interpret, articulate, collect, display, and preserve artifacts, documents, videos, and prints, and other historical memorabilia, which details the history of the brave men and women who overcame extreme adversity while fighting the great American wars. And here's what's new at the Houston Airport System. A new illustrious gateway opens in Houston. Air China's Boeing 777 lands with a myriad of smiles, linking Beijing with the 4th largest city in the United States.
Houston has the most dynamic economy in the United States. It is only right that we link that economy to one of the strongest economies in the world, in China.
What's really exciting about this inaugural launch is that this is the first time in 30 years that Air China has launched new service in America.
This new Air China service will result in increased business, increased cultural, and increased educational opportunities for our two countries, and certainly for the city of Houston.
For many years, non-stop flight has been the dream of many, many people. Last year, when Mr. Diaz came to me to talk about the non-stop flight from Beijing to Houston, I told him that is also in my mind. Let's work together to make it happen. Today, we are here to witness the dream come true.
26 million people are now connected with 4 weekly nonstop flights, and that's just counting the people, the individuals in Beijing and Houston metropolitan area. That doesn't take into consideration the significant amount that will flow through Houston from the central and southern portions of the United States.
Today, when I step off the plane, I have the same sense of like back to 10 years ago when I just arrived in Houston. You know, my feel is very, very emotional.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Air China, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the Houston municipal government and the Houston Airport systems, the U.S. Customs and Border Protection for their contribution to our Beijing-Houston route.
Our mission is to connect the people, the businesses, the cultures, and economies of the world to Houston, and that commitment would not be strong if we did not have a flight to China.
We fly to 220 destinations around the world from Istanbul, which is now connected to Houston in 13 hours. We sincerely believe this will add value to Houston as well as Istanbul.
We're partners in culture, in education, in trade. Houston is a city of business. We are not so old as Istanbul, nor as well known, and nor do we have as much history, but we have the same aspirations and the same desire to connect to the world.
10 years ago, Turkish Airlines carried a total of only 10 million passengers. Last year, it carried nearly 39 million passengers. And I hope that now, in year 2013, this will go up to 46 million passengers. And this is an important record to break. We are the airline that flies to the most countries in the world from Istanbul, the city that has been the capital of 3 empires.
Turkish Airlines, we are globally yours.
Thanks for watching the Houston Experience. We're the perfect place to live, work, and play. I'm Darian Ward with the Houston Airport System, and you keep track of what we're doing at the airport by logging on to our website at fly2houston.com or follow us on Twitter at IAH or Hobby Airport. Enjoy our city.